country churchyard by Thomas Gray.
The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly orderly. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way, and leaves the world to darkness and to me. Now fades the glimmering landscape on the sight, and all the air a solemn stillness holds, save where the beetle wills his journey plight, and rosy twinkling slow the distant folds. Save that from yonder ivy-mounted tower, the moping oldest to the moon complain of such as wandering near her secret bower, molest her ancient solitary reign. Beneath those rugged elms that Yotray shade, where heaven in many a mouldering heap, each in his narrow cell for every laid, the rude forefathers of Hamlet's sleep. The breezy call of incest breathing morn, the swallow twittering from the store-built shade, the cook's shrill clarion or the echoing horn, no more shall rouse them from their lowly bed. For them no more the blazing heart shall burn, or busy housewife ply her evening care. No children run to their sire's return, or climb his knees the invid kiss to share. Oft did the harvest to their cycle yield, their far off the stubborn glaive has broke. How jocund did they drive their team afield, how bowed the woods beneath their sturdy stroke. Let not ambition mock their useful toil, their homely joys and destiny obscure, nor grandeur here with a disdainful smile the short and simple annals of the poor. The bows of heraldry, the stamp of power, and all that beauty, all the wealth ever gave, awaits alike the inevitable hour, the paths of glory lead back to the grave. Nor you, ye proud, impute to this default, if memory over the tomb no trophies raise, where through the long drawn aisle and fretted vault, the pealing anthem swells the note of praise. Can stories earn or animated bust back to its mansion call the flitting breath? Can honor's voice provoke the silent test, or flattery the dull cold air of death? Perhaps in this neglected spot is laid fire, some heart once pregnant with celestial hands, that the root of empire might had swayed, or waked to ecstasy the living lyre. But knowledge their eyes her ample page, rich with the spoils of time did never unroll. Chill penury repressed their noble rage, and froze the genial current of the soul. Full many a gem appears ray serene, the dark unfrozen caves of ocean bear. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen, and wastes its sweetness on the desert air. Some village Hampden that with dauntless breast the little tyrant of his fields withstood. Some youth a glorious Melton here may rest, some Cromwell guiltless of his country's blood. The applause of listening senates to command, the treats of pain and ruin to despise, to scatter plenty over a smiling land, and read their history in a nation's eyes. Their lot forbade, nor circumscribe alone their growing virtues, but their crimes confined. For wade to wade through slaughter to a throne, and shut the gates of mercy on mankind. The struggling pangs of conscious truth to hide, to quench the blushes of igneous shame, or heap the strain of luxury and pride, with incest kindled at the muse flame. Far from the madding crowd's ignoble strife, their sober wishes never learn to stray. Along the cold sequestered vale of life, they kept the noiseless tenor of their way. Yet, even these bones from insult to protect, some frail memorial still erected night, with uncount rhymes and shapeless sculpture deck, implores the passing tribute of a sight. Their name, the years spelt by the unlettered muse, the place of fame and elegy supply, and many a holy text around she strews.
that teach the rustic moralistic to die. For who, to dump the forgetfulness a prey, displeasing anxious being ever resigned, left the warm presence of cheerful day, nor cast one longing, lingering look behind. On some found breast the parting soul relies, some pious drops the closing eyes requires. Even from the tomb the voice of nature cries, even in our ashes live their wonted fires. For thee, who mindful of thine honored dead, thus in these lines their artist still relate. If chance, by longing contemplation led, some kindred spirit shall inquire thy fate. Haply some hoary-headed swain may say, oft have we seen him at the peep of dawn, brushing with hasty steps the dews away, to meet the sun upon the upland lawn. There at the foot of yonder nodding beech, that reaches its all fantastic roots so high, his listless length at noontide would he stretch, and pour upon the brook that bubbles by. Hard by Yun Wood, now smiling as in scorn, mothering his wayward fences he would rule, now dropping woeful one like one forlorn, or crazed with care or cruised in hopeless love. One more I missed him on the costume hill, along the hill and near his favorite tree. Another came, nor yet beside the rail, nor up the lawn, nor at the wood was he. The next with dirges doe in sad array, slow through the chart's wave path we saw him borne. Approach and read, for thou can't read the lay. Grave on the stone beneath yon aged thorn. Her rest his head upon the lap of earth, a youth to fortune and to fame unknown. Her science frowned not on his humble birth, a melancholy mark him for her own. Large was his bounty and his soul sincere. Heaven did a recompense as large send. He gave the misery all he had a tear. He gained from heaven, 'twas all he wished, a friend. No farther seek his merits to disclose, or draw his frailties from their dread abode. There they like in tumbling hope repose, the bosom of his Father and his God.